Hey, I'm Bryce Taylor, and I'm here at Graceland O'Donnell Elementary Middle School, one of 2 net zero schools in our district. But I'm also at Holabird Academy, the other net zero school in our district, and we're going to be checking out both. The first major aspect of the net zero schools are the extra thick walls. The concrete was formed using insulated forms, but will also allow piping to be embedded in the walls for additional energy saving. Ultimately, the walls keep heat and cold out, so the inside is easier to maintain proper temperature and efficiency.
Well, the foam is on the outside and the inside of the wall. So basically, you have a foam form, the inside and outside of the foam. And we poured concrete into the foam, and the concrete is actually the wall. What you see here, the foam, is the insulation on the wall. So on the outside of the insulation will be brick, and on the inside, the walls, it will be drywall. So it's just like your basic school wall, except instead of having a masonry wall, cinder block, we're using concrete, and the foam is already in place.
So that foam helps create what we call a more thermal resistance between the outside and the inside environment. With the foam and how thick those walls and everything else and all those components, that when it's a hot day in the summer, not as much of that heat is getting inside to the building during the day. Same thing at the winter when it's very cold outside. You won't need as much energy to heat or cool the building inside. How thick that insulation is, it's almost 2.5 inches of insulation here before we get to the concrete. So this is just kind of showing like that profile of how much, and that's on both sides of the wall.
Both schools will have solar panels that can change direction with the sun, which is pretty cool. But what is really cool is that students will have an outdoor learning area where they can see how solar panels work and even do experiments.
We also looked at went up to the solar lab. So this building is not just going to be a building, it's going to be a teaching tool for the school to use.
The solar panels usually have a 20-year lifespan, should be able to reduce the cost of utility costs for the school system.
So they'll have solar panels on it that students can do experiments with, so they can change angles and degrees and whatnot. So not only will the building have all the solar panels on it, but the students can do experiments with that. And also there'll be a green vegetative roof, so they can see how a vegetative roof impacts a building.
The schools will use geothermal energy to decrease energy consumption. Geothermal heating and cooling uses the thermal constant of the ground by pumping air and water into it, and in turn, that same air and water will be used in the building's heating and cooling system.
It helps keep the usage of everything down. I know all the concerns potentially about climate change, that the less energy used, the better it is for the planet.
Net zero is an effort done by Baltimore City in order to reduce the capital cost to maintain the school.
So make sure you stick with the City School Student Media Team as we continue to update you on the progress of these 2 schools. They'll be open by fall 2020. This has been Bryce Taylor with the City Schools Student Media Team. See you next time.